This topic is related to ground improvement techniques and necessity of different techniques why we have to implement in the site conditions. That means different techniques we are having. Those are all related to dewatering, especially in the chapter of Unit 2. So that in a different fields we are having different consequences. So that for every consequences we have to adopt a different technique. Why? Because we're having different types of soils and different field conditions and different assumptions. According to those we have to choose a particular method for the dewatering purpose. Otherwise we have to face a lot of consequences in the soils. Why? Because in future our total project may have to find different problems in different levels, whether it may be base level or top level or micro level or macro level, whatever it may be. Those problems are totally related to these soil conditions. So that before going to constructions we have to choose a site with the site would have a lot of strength and other structural parameters which are responsible for total load bearing of the structure. Otherwise the structure have to face a huge amount of problems within his lifespan. So that these ground improvement techniques are must and should for a large structures. That means if it is a number of stories having, so that the n number of stories having different problems, so that we have to choose a must prepared ground improvement techniques. That means that technique must be we have to know. Otherwise if it is the first time, automatically we have to do a single or multi number of mistakes. Those mistakes leads to huge amount of money and other project time waste. In the first diagram, why this ground improvement is required, this is the one of the example for the failure of a soil. Simply here a person is observing how the soil was failed. That means simply that person is a investigation person. He need to observe what are the conditions and what is the main problem, how we have to mitigate those conditions in further. Likely simply you have to note what is the amount of penetration of the soil, what is the natural slope of the ground, what is the type of soil, what is the pore density, and what is the void ratio. All those conditions he have to know, and what is the main reason for the failure of that soil. Okay, we have to observe this is a totally paved surface. That means normally it is a road surface. That road surface having a huge amount of sink into the ground level. That means in the further sides we are having no sinking on a particular position, we are having a sinking of this earth surface. For this sinking we are having many reasons. For the first most and main reason is improper densification of the soil. That means improper densification means if the soil is not properly densified before construction of a road, automatically due to huge number of voids or huge amount of voids and this content of water, automatically those leads to these kinds of failure. That means if it is a huge amount of void means automatically whenever there is a rainy season, the total void will have to fill with the water content. After drying of those void, automatically there may be formation of huge amount of block. That means air block. Those air block, whenever there may be huge amount of load carrying vehicle is passed on those air block, automatically the total soil will sinks down. Due to this also it is one of the problem we have to face. So that whenever we are observing this kind of failures, simply what actions we have to take is automatically we need to remove the total content of soil on this particular field, and after 1 meter. That means I will show this is the particular breaking of the soil, so that From this, here we have to made some content of 1 meter width to the soil, and the total soil we have to remove, and in place of the soil we have to modify it another soil. Why? Because the existed soil having some weakened properties. Due to those weakened properties, the total road fails. So that we need to modify those weakened properties by improving another soil sub parameters. All those things we have to replace, and we need to use some quantity of rollers, so that those rollers will improve the density of the soil and improves the less void ratio. Automatically, due to those, the total soil will be densified, and we won't have to face a further problems like this in this particular land. Okay, this is the main reason for this failure of the land. Next one, this is the another case study we have to observe. So that in this particular picture, the total structure having some n number of columns below the structure. That means a side of a structure having a road is moved. In between the structure and road, we are having a failure of this land. The total land having a huge amount of crack. That means it is a linear crack. That means along the x direction we are having the crack. If it is a direction of crack in y, we have to observe the crack in the form of this and along with the particular depth. But in this figure we are having a depth of along the x direction. That means we have to face a lot of consequences whenever we are observing this kind of pictures. Why? Because if it is a crack, that means in the cracks also we are having two kinds of notice. First of all, first one is the major crack, second one is the minor crack. That means major crack means if it is related to the structure, it is a major crack. If it is related to the soil, it is a minor crack. Why? Because the soil having some less quantities of applications of the loads. If it is a structure, automatically huge amount of forces due to wind or any other live load or structural load, automatically those loads will responsible for the improvement or increment of the crack width or crack span. So that we have to focus whether it is a structural span or land related to this soil. First of all, we have to observe those cracks are related to the foundation. That means if the crack is entirely related to the foundation, automatically the structure will have to face a lot of problems related to these aside columns. That means on the beside of the diagram we are having a columns with some quantities of steel observing, so that those are also leads to a failure. Why? Because the total load will have to transfer from column to footing to the soil. We are having a problem with the surrounding soil. Automatically there may be a chance of sinking of total structure aside. So that we have to observe what is the main reason for that crack. It is a structural or a geotechnical parameter we have to observe, and we need to take the action. Why? Because on the side we are having some quantities of earthwork and some quantities of plants also there, so that we have to focus on. If it is a plant, automatically plants will protect. Why? Because the plant having a greenery cover. Whenever the water is poured on a particular area, automatically due to this greenery cover there will be less absorption. The total water will be drained easily due to the greenery cover. Whenever there is no greenery cover, automatically the total water will sink into the soil surface. Automatically, due to the sinking of water, the strength between the soil particles may be weakened due to this entrainment of water. Those are also caused to do this weakening of soil parameters and structural parameters. So that we have to plant a greenery whenever the structure is there. Automatically due to this greenery, the structure is in safe condition. So that in a lot of industries and other educational areas, we have the committees will recommend to plant trees. Why? Because those are the conditions required for the safety of the buildings. And next one is the oxygen demand. Automatically these trees or greenery will directly give oxygen. Those are also very helpful to the people who are living there. This is the one of the reason this Also we have to observe if it is a lengthy crack, automatically those lengthy cracks we have to fill with the grouting materials, and top layer we have to fill with epoxy resins. Automatically these epoxy resins will counteract the crack width. And next we have to observe these are the two conditions which are causing more dangerous. In this particular first diagram we are having a total falling of the building. That means the total structure will falls on one side. Why? Because the total foundation is very weakened on one side, so that the total structure is bent in one direction and fall down. In this another diagram also the total structure is falled horizontally. Why? Because also in this particular diagram also there may be some weakening of the foundation or ground. In this particular diagram also we are having one, two. The first structure is totally completely fell down on one side, and the second structure is completely sinked into one side. So that, yeah, we are having totally three structures. Means here we are having three structures with different slopes. On the first structure we are having a less amount of, that means a greater slope compared to the horizontal level. It is simply a 70 to 80 degrees. In this second diagrams there may be a less quantity of slope, that is simply a 20 degrees or 30 degrees slope. In this particular third picture we are having a slope is maximum as 20 as possible. In these three conditions the major fault we have to observe. What is the fault? Means a breaking of this foundation. Why the structure have to fail due to this breaking of foundation? Means automatically the ground surface is very much weak. In those conditions the total foundation will be breaking. Why? Because if the structure we are constructing with a huge amount of money and precautions, in some of the continents, that means in our India we are having less amount of this crack, that means these volcanoes, and next one is the earthquakes we are facing. But in case of foreign countries, some of the foreign countries having huge number of volcanoes, so that these volcanoes are directly releasing huge amount of magma and gases. That means as daily as these volcanoes will evolve those gases, due to those also I will show with the diagram. This is the normal earth level. On this earth level we are having a volcano here, so that this volcano is directly connecting to the ground surface. That means it is the core of the earth. From the core itself the magma will revolve and automatically fills likely. Whenever the core is releasing some quantity of material, automatically core will have to face some gap or void. The voids will be showing. That means on the surroundings of the soils we have to use these voids. Those voids and gases also leaking from this cores, so that due to this leaking of gases and some quantity of materials from the this magma and other contents, automatically the weak structure will have to weak, so that on those places definitely there may be formation of voids. Due to those voids also the structure will have to sink in one direction. This is the main cause for the earthquakes and volcanoes eruptions. Okay, in those conditions what we have to do is simply we have to avoid the concrete structures. Why? Because simply in earthquake regions there may be some quantities of earthquakes will have to face in a low scale or high scale. That means if the earthquake is coming under 3 magnitude, it is a low scale earthquake. If the earthquake is coming moreover 4 to 5, it is a large scale earthquake. So that we have to observe what content we are having. That means what amount of earthquakes we are facing regularly. That means in an year how many number of earthquakes we have to face, so that what is the average magnitude of the earthquake, so that how we have to design our structures. All those things we have to observe. These are the mainly reasons for the earthquake prone areas. In this particular figure, the total structure is fell down. That means a hill and hill. In between those two hills, there may be a construction of a roadway. In this particular roadway also, we are having the roadway capacity is totally 6-lane roadway. Okay, in this particular 6-lane roadway, the two sides is having a huge amount of rocky hills. That means we have to observe the structure of the hill. It is a completely rocky hill with some quantity of less binding rock. That means it is a calcareous rock or siliceous rock. If it is a magmatic rock, automatically due to these erosional properties of surrounding atmospheric feature. That means if the atmosphere is having a huge amount of humidity, automatically the hill will absorb the total humidity, and the structural features of the hill will be weakened due to the absorption of this water content. If it is a completely rocky strata, automatically the rock will not absorb the water. Simply 2 to 5% of water will be absorbed by the rock, and those water also evaporated during the daytime. But in case of night time, the total evaporation, then dew factor in the atmosphere are absorbed by the rock. So that we have to find what is the condition of the particular hills, so that it is better or not to construct a road beside the hills. Once we are going for construction, we have to take some quantities of precautionary measures. Why? Because in our pilgrimage areas, we are facing this kind of problems. Whenever the vehicles are moving on the roads, automatically a small size stones are falling down. Why? Because the vehicles is moving means automatically the vehicle will create some quantities of pressure and stress on the rocky strata. Those stresses will be distributed to the ground level or subsurface level. Due to those stresses, automatically there may be some quantities of shiverings coming onto the earth. Those shiverings are not visible whenever we are using these electronic equipments attached to the particular hills. Automatically those electronic equipments will shows the quantities of stresses facing by the hills. Those are also having with environmental or that not environmental, geologists. Normally geologists having those kind of equipments, stress distribution in the rocks and failure of rocks, so that we have to observe what kind of rock it was, whether it is a igneous rock or sedimentary rock or metamorphic rock. If it is a igneous or sedimentary, it is better to lay down a road. But if it is a metamorphic rock, automatically we won't have to do constructions. If it is a urgent, that means if it is a need for the construction on the particular site, we have to take a good quantity of precautionary measures simply by constructing earth walls. Normally earth walls means how the earth walls will be absorbed means it is a total condition of the total, so that we have to take some quantities of layer by layer, and those layers will have to attach with the rocky strata. Here also we have to construct these like parameters, and we need to observe what is the slope. What is the slope? Is the slope is towards the road or away from the road? If it is away from the road, automatically there is no problem. It is towards the road, automatically the material will have to skip, and those material will be fell down on the road. It is causing a severe damage to the structure, and it will be huge amount of traffic jam, and have to face problems. This is the major reason in this particular figure. This is also one of the example of simply it is a shear failure. It is a completely a shear failure. How this shear failure occurs? Once upon, I will show with an example by simply by constructing a This is the total structure or any other hill. On the hill we are having less amount of bonding between the particle. That means there are some quantities of layers. Okay, these layers we are having, so that these are the different layers. Whenever the force is simply applying, that means this force is wind force. This is the attachment to the ground, so that it is a wind force. Due to this wind force, automatically the gaps will be increasing. Why? Because the wind force is totally acting on one side, another side there will be a ground force, so that completely a quantity of force is ejecting on one side, a quantity of force is simply acting on another side. Due to those ejecting force and applying force, the bond will be weakened. Due to those bond, there may be sliding occurs. This is simply a force is on one side. I will show with another color. The force is on one side, a force is on another side. Due to this also a shear failure occurs. Simply in this particular figure I am showing this arrow on one direction, but in case of this application direction is here, and facing direction is there. Automatically, due to those wind direction and water, automatically the total soil will have to face. That means the total fell down is takes place due to the action of this shear force in the form of wind. Here also we are having a highway. That means the total highway is constructed along the greenery hill. This greenery hill have to face a huge amount of consequences whenever we are constructing a roadside. Why? Because in this particular greenery structures we are having huge amount of vegetative matter and flora, fauna and other organic and inorganic substances and wild cover. That means wild animals and some of the rare species of the trees, all those are covered in this particular area, so that whenever we are going to construct a particular project in these greenery areas, definitely we have to avoid. If it is a very necessary, there is no space for alternative routes, then only we need to construct a projects like these roadways and others. So that the totally we have to observe the total rock is a earth. That means the total hill is a covered with earthen material. That means the total rock or hill is formed due to the deposition. Deposition means automatically whenever there is a huge amount of rains or storms, due to those rains and storms, water will cause erosion to the upper areas, and those eroded matter will be collected on slopy areas. That means whenever we are having a less quantity of slope in those areas, the total mud particles will be settles, and we have to they have to form as a hilly areas, so that those mud particles also having very fine in nature. Why? Because those particles are forming due to erosion, so that those are having very fine in nature. In those particular fine particles we are having less quantity of bonding. Why? Because a particle to particle is very fine in nature. If it is a hard structure without any water content, it is having some bonding. If it is a loose structure with some water content, automatically those structures will be weakened. So that we have to observe, and we need to do some quantity of earthwork like this retaining walls we need to construct. In some of the quantities we have to use these earth facings and soil nailings. In further chapters like third chapter and fourth chapter, we are having a topics of earthworks and retaining walls. In those particular topics we have to observe what is the types of earth walls and retaining walls, how we have to design, what are the elements in these particular earth walls, so that these structures must need earth walls to counteract those shear forces and failures. This is also one of the example for failing of road. The total road fails on vertical direction, not in horizontal direction. That means in the previous figure it is a shear force. That means the total earth will be sheared on one side, but here the total sinking takes place. why we have to observe these kind of the structures means automatically in the previous cases we have studied due to improper stabilizations of the earth and improper embankment. That means embankment means whenever there is a movement of vehicles we have to construct a proper quantity of embankment, otherwise due to less distribution of the forces the structure will have to face this kind of consequences and huge amount of money and time and traffic jams we have to face. In this particular also the total road is a bitumen road, that means it is a rigid surface, not rigid surface, the total bottom is a rigid content. On the rigid content we are having a flexible pavement. This flexible pavement also a two lane or three lane road. In this particular three lane road the total two lanes are distributed, that means dispersed to ground level due to lack of proper embankment and slope stabilization activities. How we need to recover these kind of roads means automatically we have to first strengthen the bottom earth with some quantities of stabilizations with the lime stabilization or any other calcium stabilization, that means cement stabilizations. After that simply we need to construct a quantity of embankment. On the inner sides we need to go for this stone dust or any industrial waste. After that outer scale we have to use some hard rocky cover. Why? Because if it is a rainy season automatically due to water flowing automatic erosion takes place. Whenever we are using a rock cover those rocks will not be eroded easily, so that the rocks we have to face on the adjacents of these lines and we have to construct embankment. After that we will go for a huge densification. After that we have to construct the road surface. And why we have to go for these ground improvement techniques? Need for engineering improvement concepts. First of all, mechanical properties are not adequate. Physical properties means the structure and their length, width, volume, all those are comes under these physical properties. Next one, mechanical properties means the strength parameters. Strength properties, that means it is a brittle material or elastic material or plastic material, all those comes under this mechanical properties of the particular soil. Why? Because soil is also having some quantities of mechanical properties. If it is a strong automatically it will bear huge amount of loads. If it is in a brittle condition due to action of a small loads or it will fails easily. Next one is the swelling and shrinkage. Normally this is swelling and shrinkage we have to observe in black cotton soils. In these black cotton soils due to huge amount of temperature changes in summer season and rainy season, this swelling and shrinkage occurs. Especially in black cotton soils we have to observe this shrinkage in summer season, but in case of swelling we have to face in rainy season. Normally swelling means increment of volume, shrinkage means decrement of volume. Whenever the water is added to black cotton soils automatically the surface will be increases due to absorption of the water. Likely we are having third quantity is collapsible soils. Collapsible soils means in the previous cases the total soils are collapsing due to application of wind force or any ground shaking forces. Those are completely comes under these collapsible soils due to less content of this shrinkage properties, not shrinkage and other strengthening properties. Next one is the soft soils. This soft soils means automatically the soils which are nearer to these coastal areas, all those soils are completely comes under this soft soils. Why? Because all the soils are formed due to the action of this erosion and tidal forces, so that there may be less quantity of bonding between the particle to particle. All those are completely comes under these soft soils. Next one is the inorganic and peaty soils. Organic and peaty soils mostly we will observe whenever there is a huge amount of greeneries. In those areas, total soils are responsible to organic. Why? Because greenery means automatically there may be some quantities of trees, tree waste and other wastes are simply living into the earth, so that there may be huge amount of organic matter in the form of carbon, hydrogen. And pt soils also formed due to the treatment of waste onto the soils. That means simply whenever we are living our vegetable wastes and uh, household waste onto a particular soil, all those are soils comes under this pt soils. Next one is the sands and gravel deposits. This is sands and gravel deposits we have to observe whenever there is a river coasts. That means river coast means nearer to we are having Krishna and Godavari regions. Nearer to this Krishna and Godavari regions, we are having these sand and gravel deposits. That means if the river is flowing automatically, along with the river we are having these deposits of sand and gravels. That means less quantity of gravel and huge amount of sand. Those deposits we are using as a fine aggregate, so that these are also having some less quantity of bond. Whenever we are picking a hand of a bunch of aggregate, that means sand, automatically the sand will be loosened. Why? Because there is less quantity of bonding between particle to particle. Next one, foundation on dumps and sanitary landfills. If we construct a structure on a dumpy area, that means the total dumpy area means automatically for a city we need some quantity of 20 to 30 acres of dumpy area. Why? Because the total city having a daily waste, those daily waste we have to feed onto these dumpy areas and we have to retreat for every 5 to 10 years. So the dumpy areas and the sanitary landfill areas having huge amount of organic matter and less quantity of strength due to this peat and organic matter, so that we won't have to construct a structure in this sanitary landfills. Next one, handling of dredged materials. Dredged materials means handling means automatically for our construction purpose. Whenever we are using these dredging materials are handling, automatically the dredging materials having less quantity of strength and a huge amount of impurities, so that this will not give a particular strength. The FCK value will not be get properly, so that those materials we won't have to use. Next one, handling of hazardous materials in content of soils. Hazardous materials means content hazardous means automatically the soils will having a radioactive or nuclear materials, so that those nuclear materials will degrade easily due to formation of bonding with outer elements, so that whenever these are reacting with another elements, automatically the strength will be decreases. Those strength will be decreases means automatically structure will be weakened, so that these hazardous materials we won't have to prefer. Next one, use of old mine pits. Old mine pits, whenever we are having a old mine pits, automatically these coal mines or any other aluminum or any other steel mine. That means steel means aluminum we are having bauxite, steel we are having hematite, so that whenever these hematite and bauxite mine pits we have to use as a construction industry, that means construction areas, automatically those are having less quantity of strength. Why? Because ore means automatically ore will be formed whenever the parent materials is in a degraded position. That means a degrade means automatically steel is having high huge amount of strength when the bond is proper. If the bond is not proper, automatically the steel have to degrade, so that the degraded material will have to form as a ore materials. The ore materials will having a in mine conditions, that means the mines having huge amount of ore materials, so that we won't have to take construction in the mining areas. This is the leaning tower of Pisa. It is the best example for the failure of a structure. That means the total structure will bend in one direction for a degree of 4 to 5 degrees on the ground level. It is a completely structural failure due to improper ground improvement technique. It is another example for the structure. That means not structure, it is a completely grassy area with some quantity of swelling in this area. There may be swelling. Why? Because the total lands, that means the total soil is in taking a swelling action. Due to the swelling action, the surface of road will having an upward direction. That means simply upward direction the road will having. It is the total example for the shrinkage, especially we are observing along our agricultural fields. Whenever the water is there in the canals, automatically canals will show as in full condition. But in case of this summer seasons, the total canals will have to observe likely. Why? Because due to lack of water content, the total soil will have shrinkage. And these are the examples for the collapsible soils. Why I am telling this collapsible soils means, if it is a green cover on the total surface, the green cover will not absorb water. The total water will be transferred to the another medium. If it is no green cover, automatically the total water will be penetrates onto the downstreams of the earth, and the total structure will have to face huge amount of sinking, so that the sites will have huge amount of densification. If there is a density means, automatically the particles will not allow any water into the soil, and we need to go for dewatering techniques. That means dewatering means whenever there is a water in the subsurface, automatically the total water we have to dewater, otherwise the swelling takes place. It is also example for the collapsible soils. The total soil collapse on one direction. So that what precaution measures we have to take is, particularly collapse occurs due to saturation. Saturation means absorbing of water, and loss of cement bonds. That means cement bonds means automatically there may be less quantity of bonding between the particle to particle, like calcium bonds or CH, calcium silicohydrate bonds. Specific clay structure and areas, some of the areas Rajasthan and some countries abroad, this prevalent. That means Rajasthan is completely having sandy soils. Afghanistan and some of the Arab areas are totally having weak structures. Whenever they are going for constructing a huge amount of tall buildings, they have to borrow the clay or any other material from the surrounding areas. It is the failure of slope. That means the total structure is in along the bank of a particular pond or a stream, so that the stream having less quantity of bonding. Why? Because the total soil is red soil. Red soil is somewhat weak compared to this black cotton soil, so that the total structure will be weakened. Whenever we are having this quantity of structures, the total perimeter, that means the total perimeter we need to use with some quantity of rocks, and that means rocks means the rocks will not allow water content, so that there will be less quantity of seepage and a less quantity of erosion along the river banks or along the banks of a particular canal. We have to use a rocky strata. Rocky strata will give a better strength to the structure. It is also liquefaction. That means liquefaction means the total water will sinking onto a particular position. That means it is a hole. I will give a particular example. This is the total structure having huge amount of void, so that whenever water entering, so that this is the particular failure position. From this particular position the water is entering, so that the total material will have to weak, and total material will falling onto this area, so that liquefaction takes place. What is the definition for this ground improvement is, ground improvement refers a technique that improves the engineering properties of soil mass treated. Usually the properties that not modified the shear strength, stiffness and permeability. It means first of all we have to improve the shear strength. If the shear strength is very less means, automatically sliding takes place, and stiffness also, and permeability. Ground improvement has developed into a sophisticated tool to support foundations for a wide variety of structures. there is less quantity of ground improvement, automatically the structural life also in less quantity. Need for ground improvement strategies. Why we have to go for these ground improvements means automatically when a project encounters difficult foundation, that means the total project having difficult foundation means automatically the structure have to face less quantity of loads. Less quantity of loads means automatically it will have, we have to go for less number of floors. The total project will be in a limited budget. Next one is the conditions possible to alternative solutions are avoid the particular site. First of all, if the weak land means automatically we don't have to construct a project on the weak land. We have to choose another soil with huge amount of shear strength, permeabilities and stiffness properties. Designation, design the planned structure, that means flexibility and rigid accordingly. If we are going for designing a structure with flexible and rigid means automatically the project cost will be improve, that means increases very rapidly. Remove the replace unsuitable soils. First of all, if the soil is not suitable for construction, we are not having any alternative, so that we have to use these replacement methods. The total length of up to a particular depth, the total soil we have to remove and it we have to replace on another conditions, and we need to borrow a material from the another land and they have to replace and attempt the modifying the existing ground. That means existing ground modification means on the further chapters we are having soil modifications like lime modification and cement modification and other bitumen modification. Likely we are having different kinds of soil modification techniques. Those techniques we have to use there. And enable cost effective foundation design. That means cost effective means we have to go for a huge amount of foundation with higher cost. Reduce the effect of contaminated soils. We have to reduce those effects. Ensure the stability, sustainability in construction projects using ground improvement techniques. We have to go for a huge amount of ground improvement techniques with our naked eyes. How the ground improvement techniques will have to apply means first of all compaction. Due to this compaction, the void content will be decreases. Whenever the void content is very less, automatically permeability less and stiffness improves. Next one is the dewatering. Dewatering technique means whenever there is a water content in the soil, automatically there may be some swelling takes place. Due to this swelling, automatically structure will have to face cracks, and in some conditions after swelling there may be completely sinking takes place. Why? Because the total ground having some quantity of water, due to those also some quantity of penetration of structure takes place. Next one is the reinforcement. If it is not proper reinforcement, that means for every structure there may be some minimum amount of reinforcement and a maximum amount of reinforcement of structural parts. Like our slab we have to go for a 2% as maximum and 0.1 to 0.8% as a minimum reinforcement. Likely column also we are having minimum reinforcement as 4% and the maximum reinforcement as a 6%. Likely we are having every structural part with minimum reinforcement. If the reinforcement is very less compared to the minimum, automatically cracks will have to observe. Why? Because in the foundation is having a minimum reinforcement less than minimum reinforcement, the foundation is very weak condition, automatically ground have to face those problems. Next one is the admixtures for the grouting. We have to use different kinds of admixtures to strengthen the soil, and grouting techniques for a layer. That means outer layer we have to use these grouting techniques for strengthening properties. How the modification techniques for takes place means by using this mechanical modification. That means properties we have to improve by these mechanical modifications. Hydraulic modification means simply we need to go for dewatering techniques. Physical and chemical modification means we have to use some quantities of external parameters like calcium and silica and other industrial wastes for the strengthening of soils. And modification by confinement. Simply confinement means we have to use some quantities of existed parameters like reinforcement we have to change, or any other structural parts we have to modify. Combination of the above. Combination of the above means we are having totally four modifications. We need to use some quantities of mechanical plus physical. That means physical properties are mechanical plus confinement, or mechanical plus hydraulic modification. Likely one with another, one with another. In some of the cases we have to use more than three also, more than two also, so that we need to use those kind of modifications for a better strength of the soil and a better lifespan of the soil.